Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We have a dev response for you today looking at Arena Commander, Pirate Swarm, Vandal Swarm and Star Marine, as well as a new 3.17.2 PTU patch I want to get through. There was a thread on Reddit that asked various questions about Arena Commander and Star Marine, answered by Duncan CIG. For those of you that don't know, Star Citizen has a sort of arcade game mode, Arena Commander, where you can go and fight a load of AI pirates in Pirate Swarm, or Vandal alien ships pew 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 in Vandal Swarm. You can do this multiplayer, you can do this solo, and it's great for sort of learning combat and ship flight, and it's a much more arcadey experience. So, is Vandal Swarm an easier, tuned down version of ship combat? CIG Duncan replied, Vandal Swarm specifically, yes. The Vandal AI in Vandal Swarm have modified health. I don't recall the values, but you can tell by their names. Vandal Scavengers have the lowest health, followed by Hunters, and then Alphas. Vandal Primes, the unique named Vandal, have full health pools. Vandal Swarm's design predates me, and I've never been a fan of the modifiers. I don't like the idea of diverging from the persistent universe. It's actually been discussed internally recently though. I can't say for sure when it'll change. In Arena Commander, you should see better performance and less desync, but there's no other assists that you can't use in the persistent universe. Pirate Swarm does not have this, so I'm recommending it for AI training. Duncan went on to say, we'll be removing the bespoke health modifiers and using the same ships the persistent universe AI uses. That should make them, especially the scythes, a lot tougher. We'll also be reviewing the waves overall to see what we can improve. For players that are having difficulty taking out hammerheads as well at the end of Pirate Swarm, try taking out the enemy Merlins in the final wave before tackling the larger ship. Could we get Pirate Swarm, but for Star Marine? The Good Doctor map was actually made with Star Marine PvE in mind, so with bots, though the map was finished and the AI weren't in an acceptable state, so it got backlogged. We haven't reevaluated the AI since, but I'm sure we'll be picking that back up at some point. Maybe a shooting range, question mark? The new Arena Commander flight team is very small and doesn't have artists, so can't make maps from scratch currently, though if one does get added to the persistent universe, I'd definitely push for getting it as a map in Arena Commander 2, as I've wanted this for a long time. Will we be able to access our ships that we've bought in the persistent universe in Arena Commander? They've talked about it, but it's not planned at the moment. I personally believe that they will do that. I do believe that was the original plan. There were some discussions about matchmaking, which Duncan then trudged into. I want ranked matchmaking very much, but we'll need to wait for the new matchmaking API, which the network services team are too busy with the persistent entity streaming and server meshing at the moment to prioritize right now. There's already a 1v1 mode called Duel. We'll have improvements coming to that soon. Score awards, which Suicide uses, was refactored into the new scoring system for 3.16. No changes to the user, but the result behind the curtain is that we can add, fix and change awards much faster now. I've already went ahead and dramatically increased the punishment for suiciding for Battle Royale, Duel and Squadron Battle. That and the other improvements probably won't go live until after 3.18. Any plans for an atmospheric map in Arena Commander? Yes, but probably not until next year as we're focusing on other things. How does Vandal and Pirate Swarm scale? Do different amounts of sort of ships spawn per amount of player? If it's solo, is that different? Is that going to change in the future? The Pirate Swarm waves are fixed. The Vandal Swarm waves have an element of randomness for how many can spawn, which we want to remove. The only advantage a solo player has is that they will get 2 AI wingmen, Vixen and Overlord, to help them. Other than that, there's no dynamic difficulty, though they'd like to add it. So there's no additional skill or loadout changes. We don't modify anything based on player count past the AI wingmen for solo players. The skill of the pilots does increase through the waves, but that's the same for everyone. Elsewhere, I saw a few other dev responses. There was a thread stating that Star Citizen needs a tutorial, which I agree that it does, and sort of kind of used to with Gilly and basic combat and flight tutorial. Zoilo responded, basically saying, Currently, it's hard for us to maintain a tutorial for Star Citizen with how frequently things change and content gets added. This has always been our struggle, which is why we eventually transitioned to utilising the knowledge base and spotlighting community-created videos, like the mighty BoredGamers. I did add that bit. I wouldn't expect a robust tutorial similar to our previous ones just yet, but there's still plenty that can be done to make those first steps in the verse smoother. We're looking forward to sharing more information on that front in the near future. Yeah, I'm personally hoping that we see starter missions and mini tutorials for each role and mechanic in-game, and in-game tutorials are sort of essential, some level of hand-holding, and just teaching people what the range of experiences there are in Star Citizen, and allowing players to explore them when they want to explore them, but also give them a sort of framework for the basics. Star Citizen Alpha 3.16.k is out on the PTU. It's still Wave 1, so only Concierge, Evocati and RSI subscribers have access to that patch, but it's creeping closer to a wider PTU at the moment. So they've made further server performance improvements and made further actor system downstream networking movement improvements, both of which were very much needed. The problem with 3.17.2 is either the AI are pretty dumb, there's janky animations and rubber banding, or there's problems with performance and crashing. Now, they need to get all of those solved and working in unison. There was various bug fix updates as well. Gripping 1 SCU containers should no longer cause cursed character animation stretching. Automatic reload when a magazine is emptied should now consistently swap the magazine. Dropped enemy AI weapons should no longer be placed inconsistently between players or be seen floating, so I think it's become more server authoritative. Fixed an issue causing ships to despawn when a player leaves after rejoining from a bed. Turrets around bunkers should no longer respawn much too quickly after being destroyed. Collect and deploy probe missions markers should no longer disappear when players are approaching. Breach and steal last known location service beacon should now correctly spawn for the player. Fixed an issue causing Pacheco's intro assassination timer to be too short. Getting off the Reclaimer derelict ladder should no longer cause players to clip out of the ship. Hijacked Reclaimer mission quantum travel exit points for the distress beacon should no longer be placed too far from the beacon location. Hijacked Reclaimer data hunt missions should no longer give the player a crime stat after completing the final objective. Derelict Reclaimer spaceship objective markers should no longer overlap and be unreadable for eliminate specific and recover stash missions. Reclaimer pilot and crew seats should now correctly have UI prompts, and they fixed an additional 4 client crashes and 8 server crashes. But we still have a big list of known issues that Cloud Imperium are trying to address, while also getting the Siege of Orison event as functional as possible, making sure that animations are smooth, AI and NPCs and ships aren't janky, characters aren't janky, and that we actually have good performance and not a mega amount of crashes on the server and clients. I'm expecting a wider PTU optimistically for this weekend, but we'll have to wait and see. That is not a confirmation. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen dev response and news update today. But what do you think? Are you excited for Alpha 3.17.2 and the Siege of Orison going live in the not too distant future, and that new Centurion vehicle? Do you think we'll see any other surprises for the patch? Do you play Arena Commander, Vandal Swarm, Pirate Swarm, or Star Marine? And would you, if it received some updates, and if like Star Marine got bots, would you enjoy playing that? How was your experience learning to play Star Citizen? Or are you still unsure without in-game tutorials? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Greetings, citizen. I am NordVPN Man, bringing the justice of cybersecurity to the world. I protect you from ads, trackers, and malware. I punched a guy so hard once with security features that I knocked him back in time. He was able to use the knowledge of the future to become incredibly rich and wealthy. He bought like 10 subscriptions to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer after that. Really smart guy. Another time, I prevented a hacker from snooping at your IP address by taking off his hands. You can't hack with no hands. Probably. Anyway, you should get NordVPN, otherwise the terrorists win.
Every month we have a giveaway. For July 2022, we're giving away a Hull A cargo hauler, as well as a Nomad multi-role freighter. That Nomad also comes with a hovercraft bike. So there's 2 lucky winners this month, and both of those packages contain access to Star Citizen. Comment on any of my videos during this month to be in for a chance of winning that, and check the description down below for more details. Please consider becoming a Patreon or channel member with the join button under my videos. This nets you a variety of exclusive extras, badges, influence on the channel and content and special videos, as well as helping us produce daily content. Thank you very much for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.